Howdy, Foresters. Okay, so we've had a chance to talk a little bit about sort of the overarching layer cake view of forest recreation resources, and starting to get into the dynamics of specific layers in that stack. So we've talked about terrain and topography a little bit, and now it's time for us to talk a little bit about bedrock as a resource itself. So this is going to be things like rock formations, caves, outcrops, specific spots where bedrock is kind of the defining characteristic of that particular site, which is very small, or area, which is medium-sized, or park management unit, which is kind of large-ish sized. National park itself, some of those are almost entirely bedrock, like places like the Grand Canyon, Canyonlands National Park, Arches National Park. So we got to think about not so much on a huge landscape scale or a regional scale, something like that, as with topography, but we want to talk kind of now on a middle or meso scale, as geographers would call it, with bedrock as its own sort of type of resource. Not so big that it's defining weather patterns and so forth, but not so small that it's just a single site and sort of a curious feature of that site. Instead, kind of that middle space in between where it's really driving the dynamic of what's going on. So places like Mammoth Cave National Park, again, Arches National Park, a lot of the more difficult alpine traverses like the Presidential Traverse in New Hampshire, among the Presidential Mountains and the White Mountains National Forest, and spots like that. So we're going to be above ground and underground for today in our content. Good luck.